family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shakayla, and here on my channel I discuss manifesting the life you deserve to have, my process and journey through ascension, and of course spirituality in general. Now, if you are someone who regularly watches my videos, I have been MIA, and I'm really not going to apologize for it because it was much needed time that I had to take away from YouTube because I just wasn't grounded enough to really give out spiritual advice, because I was having my own transformation, through spirituality. And sometimes it's necessary to have those hermit mode moments and take time away and take care of yourself. A lot has changed in my life since the last time that we spoke, so I'm going to give you a mini update and get started with the read. While I do that, I'm going to cleanse my cards with some cinnamon. So just based off of the flame that I have reading here for the cinnamon, it was a rounded flame and not a pointy flame, which shows protection. It shows us that, there is nothing, any energy coming towards us that is against us, okay? So first I'm going to start with the channel messages that I have for today. So right now is a huge theme for transformation. I am wearing these little bead earrings, which is a symbol of production, okay, working together with others, building a community. And I also have these little, if you can't even see them, child, but these little butterfly earrings, butterfly wings, which is a symbol of transformation. And I'm wearing two necklaces today. One of them is a serpent and the other is a rose, okay? So when I was getting dressed this morning, I was putting on this necklace, I was just thinking of that saying, a rose in the concrete. Like, you might see a flower and it'll be somewhere where flowers don't normally grow. And that's just a sign right there to say that no matter what conditions you're in, no matter what your physical life is, you can always change it through the power of the mind, okay? So, I was just saying today on our one of our podcast clips for I've Got Time, how the mind is, oh, not me channeling already. I forgot what I was about to say. I don't know what I was about to say. The numbers that I'm picking up on heavily today and just this past week are 444, lots of fours, and 414. And what this shows is a level of protection surrounding us, also stability, creating stability in our life. And really how we create that stability is first it starts with the mind. You're thinking what it is that you believe, and then it starts with the intentions that you set, and then following up on those intentions and creating daily practices surrounded by what it is that you want, your goals. So if I want to become a musician, then it's going to be part of my daily practice to do things that musicians do. Whether it's just basically creating music, putting your music out there, writing every day. That's a message for somebody, you know what I mean? So I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Moonology deck. And well, actually, no, I pulled one card earlier from the Moonology deck that I wanted to elaborate on in today's reading. And what is this that I'm doing? I guess Spirit had different plans for me, honey, because I pulled a whole different card earlier today. They said that is it. So this is what we're focusing on. I guess that message earlier, that was for the TikTok fam. It wasn't meant to come over here to the channel. So I'm also going to use the Moon deck to get us a nice, beautiful affirmation. And I'm really feeling the unconditional love energy I will say the energy from that portal is very loving. It's very accepting, embracing everything about yourselves and really everything about others. When you can really love people unconditionally, that is how you create really amazing relationships. You know what I'm saying? And also just how much better you can love yourself. When you are accepting of all the parts of yourself, the light, the shadow, the things that make you great, the things that hinder your growth, loving and accepting all parts of yourselves and changing the things that you don't like. Oh my goodness, the energy's just speaking, honey. So the first card that we got coming out is 41, same energy. So this is just truly in alignment with the energy I've already been picked up on. This card says, I trust the change unfolding in my life, okay? And this person, she kind of looks like she's from another time period. She's kind of dressed like a flapper. If you guys know what a flapper is, that's like one of the girls from the Roaring 20s. They had like these layered beaded necklaces. They would wear these clothing just like this, okay? And she's like looking at these flowers, and here on these flowers, they look like orchids to me. I don't know what the spiritual significance is that is, but I'll leave it in the pinned comment after I do some research. And on one part of it, the flowers have completely bloomed, but if you see on the other part of the branch, they're barely bloomed. There's just a couple of buds. And what this person is saying is, I'm trusting that I'm going to continue to bloom. And that's literally the message that I had with this rose that I'm wearing today. So that is just super beautiful energy. And then from the Moonology deck, we have a time for healing, the balsamic moon. So I'm going to open that up because I don't know what the balsamic moon is, y'all. Okay, I think I found it. Okay. So it says, a time for healing, balsamic moon. Pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. It says, attuned to the moon. When one is healed, all is healed. And then additional meaning says, it's time to let go of the past. You are about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal. And think about how this situation will look if everyone were healed. And the teaching is, patience is required at the time of the balsamic moon. It's a time for self-care as you slowly but surely prepare for the new moon, which is just around the corner. No matter which point in current moon cycle you have pulled this card, it's a reminder to go a little bit easy on yourself. The time to step into your creatrix power will come soon enough. Give yourself the time you need. Okay? That's so interesting, because the card that I pulled this morning's energy was a new moon in Aries, which means it was a time to take action. So for the YouTube collective, it's really important to focus on your healing journey right now and just to trust how things are unfolding. So really that means just divine timing. Have as many conversations as you possibly can with your higher self and your inner child. Reflecting with your inner child, that keeps the joy and spark and passion alive. What was the things that you always wanted to do, and constantly go back to those thoughts to see if it's in alignment with what you're doing now. And then having conversations with your higher self to say, am I doing the right things to lead me to the path of most ease? Because trust that there are multiple directions that you could take. You're always going to have more options. The universe is going to provide you with the opportunity to choose. And you can go on this path, you can go on this path, or you can go on this path. And all of them will be a journey that you needed to take. But one of these paths have the most ease. That means that it's going to be you just going in flow with the universe, choosing the things that feel in alignment with who you are, your morals, your beliefs, and what mostly feels good to you, okay? Your feelings are going to help you to manifest the most things into your life. Being in tune with your feelings. How am I feeling right now? If you go to work every day and you feel shitty, you feel like you're living the wrong life, then you probably are. That's probably not in alignment with you. Like, life is supposed to feel good. It's not supposed to be hard. But we make life hard when we choose certain decisions that put us in certain circumstances that make life more difficult, or just that we're not generally enjoying our life experience. Everything that I can think of during this last summer when I was having a real rough time, it all was self-induced. It was all things that I was doing personally in my daily habits that led up to the shitstorm / tower moment. And when we have those tower moments, it's a necessary part of our growth where spirit just says, we're going to clean everything out and start fresh. And a fresh start is a really nice place to be. But like what this energy is saying, before you go on this new path, new journey, take that time to heal from what you've been through, to process those emotions so that you can get onto the vibration that is in alignment for your highest good. I'm also going to go into the Doreen Virtue Oracle cards. I didn't even barely shuffle yet and cards is coming out. Okay. I want to get all the cards out so I can get a full message before I start to read. Hopefully it's not too noisy out here. I am outside in the backyard that I manifested. I will put more details about my move on my other channel, and when that video is posted, then I will let you guys know. But I did start a second channel. It's called Get Well Soon, and so far there's only one video. Oh shit. Okay. I don't know who this reading is for, okay, but what I was saying about the unconditional love, accepting yourself, when you accept all the parts of yourself, which happens through healing, when you accept all of the experiences that you've had and you no longer have any regrets or I guess resentment towards what happened to you, you're just accepting that it was supposed to happen that way. That is when you know that you're in a more healed space, okay? And when we do that, we start to exude the love that we have for ourselves, which attracts love from other people, specifically unconditional love. And the energy of this reading is saying that there is more unconditional love coming into the collective's life, okay? So the first thing is the card that's on the bottom of the deck is Release Your Ex, but it's upside down. So I feel like a lot of people is either coming out of a breakup, going through a breakup, or finally healing from a breakup, like finally starting to feel those feelings of acceptance and releasing the grief and anger and sadness that you may have when you have to stop sharing your life with someone, right? Because that is a whole journey within itself. You're basically starting a new life when you break up with someone, because the life that you have together is no longer. So that's what this energy is speaking to, is taking that time to heal when you have relationships. This is so interesting because this week on the podcast, we're talking about intimacy, and my book, Couples Guide to Intimacy, which is available on Amazon. It will be linked below in the description box. But what we talked about a little bit was intimacy in platonic relationships, and me and my partner both experienced that it was easier for us to find intimacy in relationships, in platonic relationships with women, than it was to find it in romantic relationships with men. And how there is some disconnect in intimacy, I think, between men and women, because I don't have that issue in the relationships that I've had with women, whether they were romantic or platonic, right? But the thing is that before you can create intimacy, which is really a deep closeness between you and another person, no matter what the type of relationship is. It could be a family member, it could be somebody that is a friend, or it could be somebody that you're having a romantic relationship with. No matter what you're doing, you have to be able to get deep with yourself. If you can't get deep with yourself, if you can't connect to your feelings, if you can't express your feelings, communicate healthy, establish trust in a relationship, then you're going to find yourself having a lot of friendships that are very surface level, and or just like, if it was in a romantic sense, maybe like one night stands, or just like sneaky links, or even friends with benefits. It's like very surface level, very much acquaintances, you know what I'm saying? And not have any really closeness with friends. So that all needs to be healed within you. Oh my God, these bugs. Okay. That all needs to be healed within you so that you can release all those feelings and then have an empty heart space, okay? So the first card that we have coming out is engagement, honey. It says your life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, when I see the engagement card, it doesn't always necessarily to me feel like you're actually being proposed to, but just thinking of a proposal of sorts, of somebody proposing something to you, like maybe professing their love to you, or proposing that you guys move in, like just basically taking the next step in your relationship, whatever that is. If you're just in the I like you stage and you ready to take it to the I love you stage, then this engagement card could mean that for you. If you are in the stage of being living separately and you guys are ready to combine finances and stay in one place, then the engagement card could mean for you now that you guys are going to move in together. So apply how it fits for your situation. If you guys have been talking about marriage and y'all went ring shopping, then the engagement card is probably literally means an engagement. But please don't just think that somebody's about to apply to you about to engage you out the blue if your relationship is not there yet. That's not the next step in your relationship. Make it fit how it works. And the next stage is honeymoon. It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So you guys may be going on a vacation, and this relationship that you're entering, whether it is romantic or platonic, or even that you're renewing a friendship with somebody else, this is ordained by God. This is it's like an angel of love came and said that this connection is divine. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily a soulmate. It could be a karmic relationship, but it is going to be a very happy and blissful time in your life if you are healed enough to accept that you deserve love. Not me getting my blood sucked. He want me bad too, and that's crazy. I feel like that's a message when itself, like somebody going to be talking to their friends like, yeah, he want me so bad, you know? Okay, and then the last card that we have is Unrequited Love, which also came out in reverse. And I'm going to tell you, I don't normally read this deck in reversal, but the energy was giving, okay? It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relation going. But remember, this is in reverse, so this is the energy that you are coming out of, baby. That means that you are no longer chasing somebody who doesn't want to be in relationship with you. So me personally, this is like, for me, a lot of my familiar relationships, like specifically my relationship with my dad. For the longest, I really wanted to have a relationship with him, but like it was not manifesting in a healthy way. And honestly, the more personal growth I had, the more separated I felt from him, because he was not growing as well. So it was a relationship that I had to detach from. Like when my dad, I moved to Virginia because my dad was living there, and I was under, not the assumption, because it was definitely communicated to me that, oh my goodness. Okay, let me finish telling this story so I can go ahead. it was definitely communicated to me that my parents, my dad and my stepmom, would be helping me out with the kids. I was moving from Illinois to Virginia. I had to transfer my license. There was a lot of stuff that I had to do before I could like start working. And I was not getting no help, okay? I was on my ass. And a lot of our relationship felt like that. It felt very unrequited. It felt like I was doing all of the work to try and help us to have a relationship, and we were not doing that, okay? And I felt like also that our relationship, he needed more healing, right? Before we could have a healthy relationship. It was very much giving generational trauma. So when I decided I was moving back to Illinois, which was a very quick decision, like most of my decisions as a Life Path 5, I was like, in 1 week, me and my girlfriend decided we was gonna move here. We had somewhere to stay already, and we were like ready to go. So a few days before I was ready to leave, I texted my dad and let him know I was leaving out of town, and basically that I was remorseful that we didn't really get a chance to connect that the way that I thought we would. And this dude texted me back and said, "Hey Shakayla, have a safe drive." And you know, you can't keep chasing people who don't want to be in a relationship with you. So I'm just sharing that story with you to say that that was the first time out of all the times that I felt rejected by my father or abandoned by him that I actually did not give a fuck. I actually was like healed from it. Like, you know what? I'm not going to let this one relationship keep making me feel this way and also impacting my other relationships, because now I'm all in my head thinking that other people are going to leave me, because girl, it's not healthy. But now I feel so much better and so much secure in my romantic relationship just because I decided to release any expectations from my father and basically just send him unconditional love as he continues to heal through his personal journey. So with the unrequited love in reverse, that's just saying that we are coming out of this energy where we are feeling the need to chase people who don't want to be kept, and also pouring that love back into ourselves instead of always just giving it away to people who, one, don't deserve it, and two, are not reciprocating. Okay, period. So that seems to be all of the energy, I think, for today's crystal, because I am wearing the selenite. Pick up some selenite. Selenite is a very great crystal to have on you at all times because it's just a cleansing crystal. It essentially does what Palo Santo does, but as a crystal, okay? And it also is a crystal of protection. I love to keep a piece of selenite by my door, a wand. I can come in my home and cleanse myself from the energy of the day. I love to just cleanse me and my kids with the selenite. And this one actually was a gift from my girlfriend, I think for my birthday last year, which is super awesome, and it's wrapped in copper. If you guys don't know anything about the benefits of copper, please look into that and do some research, because copper is a very healing element, okay? It's one of the most amazing elements to work with, guys. So if you are into elements, if you are into alchemy of the sorts, if you are a manifestor or a manifesting generator, get yourself some copper, okay? And then what I really wanted to say is I'm looking up at my phone, which is my camera, right? And my best friend Emily, she got me this, whatever those things are that you put on the back of your phone that you can use to prop up your phone, or like you put your finger on it to hold your phone, like when you're having it in your hand. It's like a ring, and there's a bee on it, right? Like my earrings. And as I'm filming, I look like, literally I'm looking right now, and there's this tiny little beehive just chilling up here. Like, I need to be looking around and making sure there's not any more, so I'm not disturbing their home. But yes, that energy of the bee is just so beautiful, so abundant, okay? One thing that I love about the bees is the fact of creation. Bees are literally alchemists. So they are taking one thing, pollen, and they're making it into a whole different substance, which is honey. And that really just goes to show and speak that you have all the power to create the life that you want to have, okay? If you believe it, anything is possible. And if you take the time to heal, anything is possible. Also, honey is one of the most natural and also the oldest sweetener. Before there was any sugar cane, anything like that, look, somebody's catching flights and not feelings. Somebody is catching flights and not feelings. I don't know who's going on a vacation. I hope it's me and you, but get ready. And that's so interesting too, because last week for Meditation Monday, I did a in-flight meditation, like if you were on a window seat at an airplane. So if you are manifesting the vacay, a flight somewhere, or if you're just simply planning it and waiting for the finances to align with your trip, baby, then I think you should go back and listen to that meditation. I will link it here. I hope that this reading was super great for you guys, and I am so glad to be back on the channel. Hopefully next week, I want to come back and do a tea time meditation. My energy just wasn't feeling like doing a class yesterday, but next week I will be back for sure, Monday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time now. And I'm going to do a tea time live. So if you guys want to come have tea with me, please join me next week on my channel at 8 p.m. CST. So I love you all so much. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so by clicking the link in the description box, going to my website, fullmoonbeauties.com, and you can book a regular reading. You can book self-love. You can do a numerology report to find out about your different numbers, or a life path reading. I have so many services available, and a few months ago I finished my Reiki 2 training, so I'm super excited to be offering advanced long distance Reiki healing services. So book with me, and until then, peace.